Okay, next topic then. Balancing chemical equation. Balancing chemical equation. So we discussed what is the chemical equation, how we can make a chemical equation more informative. More informative by representing the physical state, solid, liquid, gas or aqueous solution, and any gas is represented with upward arrow, any precipitate is formed represented with a downward arrow, any heat changes, if it is exothermic plus heat, if it is endothermic minus heat, then any suitable conditions are required, any suitable conditions are required. So after, let us know balancing the chemical equation. Why should we balance the chemical equation? Because as we know, law of conservation of mass, which has learnt in class 9, stated law of conservation of mass is stated that in a chemical reaction, matter or mass neither be created nor destroyed. To prove that we need to write a balanced chemical equation. A balanced chemical equation. So to write the balanced chemical equation, we have to follow some steps. We need to remember the some steps, some rules for writing a balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. So to prove the law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of mass, right, we need to balance the chemical equation. So the steps are, we need to follow some steps for writing balanced balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Before that, with a simple example, uh, we will discuss. Right. Balanced chemical equation. Balancing the chemical equation. So the process, first of all, what is balanced chemical equation or balancing chemical equation? The process of making the number of different types of atoms equal on both sides of an equation. So the process of the process of making the number of different atoms, the number of different atoms equal on both sides, that means reactants and products, reactants and products uh, of an equation, of an equation of an equation is called balancing equation, is called a balancing equation. Why should we balance the chemical equation? Because of, to prove law of conservation of mass. For example, the simple example we will discuss. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives rise to H2O. Gives rise to H2O. Just count the numbers of atoms. Here hydrogen 2, oxygen 2, right? Then product side hydrogen 2, oxygen 1. Oxygen 1. So making the number of different atoms equal on both sides. Reactant side, two hydrogens, two oxygens are there, but the product side only two hydrogens, only one oxygen is there. So this is not a balanced chemical equation. It is called a skeleton equation. It is called a skeleton equation or unbalanced equation. For example, we know hydrogen atomic number 1, oxygen atomic number 16. 2 plus uh, 32, that is equal to 34 grams. Here 2 into 1 plus 16. 2 plus 16, 18. 18. So here 34 grams, here 18 units, 18 units instead of grams. So 34 units of hydrogen and oxygen combined together, it gives only 18 units of water, right? So this is not a this is not proved law of conservation of mass. So to prove that law of conservation of mass, we need to balance the chemical equation. Balance the chemical equation. To balance the chemical equation, we need to follow some rules. We need to follow some rules or steps. First of all, step 1. Step 1. First, write the word equation. Write the word equation. Word equation for reaction. Write the word equation of a reaction for the chemical word form. First write the word equation of the reaction. Right? The second step. This is step 1. Write the word equation. Write word equation or write the reaction in terms of words. Step 2. Step 2. Write the symbols. Write the symbols and formula of reactants, and products. Reactants and products. Next, we should write the symbols and formulas. Then step 3. Step 3. Uh, count the number of atoms or elements in both sides, both side of the equation, both side of the equation. Count the number of atoms means, so in reactants and products. So how many elements are there in both sides? 3, 4, 5, like that. Then the next step 4. Step 4, after counting, after representing, balance the equation by multiplying the symbols and formula. balance the chemical equation, balance, balance the equation by multiplying, by multiplying the symbols and formulas with the lowest possible, lowest possible whole number, lowest possible whole number or number, but um, but do not change, do not change the formula or symbol. Do not change, do not change the formula, do not change the formula, right? We cannot change the formula. Means H2O, H2 plus O2 gives rise to H2O. This is the reaction, right? In this reaction we should not change the any symbol and formula, right? We need to balance. Then step 5, step 5, last step, make the equation, make the equation more informative, more informative. So we discuss how to we make the equation more informative, more informative. Now let us balance the some chemical equations, right, step by step, some examples, examples. So let us take this reaction H2 plus O2. Okay, this is called a skeleton equation. Let us discuss with example. Okay, examples. With a simple example you have to take um, hydrogen, hydrogen reacts with oxygen, hydrogen reacts with oxygen to produce, to produce water. This is the reaction. Follow the steps. First of all, what tonight, write the word equation, word equation. Step 1, step 1, word equation. What is word equation? We should write the reaction in terms of words, in terms of words only. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives rise to water, gives rise to water. Generally this is called hydrogen oxide, hydrogen monoxide అని కూడా రాయొచ్చు, or hydrogen oxide. This is step 1. Then what about the step 2? Step 2, step 2, next step, write the symbols and formula, write the symbols and formula. Hydrogen symbol we know H2, oxygen O2 gives rise to H2O, H2O, right? So this is called skeleton equation, unbalanced equation. The step 3, count the number of atoms elements in both sides of the equation. So for that we need to take one tabular form for better understanding. In that we can write atom or the element, uh, reactant side, reactant side, then product side, reactant side, product side, reactant side and product side, right? Reactant side. First of all, let us know what are the elements are there, what are the elements or the atoms are involved in such a reaction. Hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, oxygen. So now count the number of hydrogens in both sides, reactant sides and product side. First of all, reactant side. Two hydrogens. Reactant sides, hydrogen, two. Product side, two. Okay. Then oxygen. Two oxygens, reactant side. Product side, only one oxygen. So that's why it is a that's why it is a skeletal equation. Skeletal equation. So count the number of atoms and elements in both sides in reactions. Step 3. Step 3. If tabular form step 3. Step 3. Step 3. We have counted uh, atoms in both sides, reactant side as well the port side. Then step 4. Step 4. Step 4. Balance the equation by multiplying the symbols and formulas by the smallest possible number. Smallest possible number. The smallest possible number 1. 1 and same will come. Then 2. For example, if I multiply reactants, if I multiply reactant side with 2, okay, let us see. So hydrogen, same. Right? Then which is unbalanced? Oxygen. Oxygens are 2 in reactant side, only 1 in product side. So if I multiply product side with number 2, what will happen? See, H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. 2H2O. I multiplied product side with the lowest possible number 2. Then count again. So hydrogens 2, 2, oxygens 2. After multiplying with 2 product side, then count 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4. It become 4. Then 2 into 1, 2. Oxygens 2. So oxygens are balanced both sides. 2 oxygens, 2 oxygens, but unbalanced hydrogens. So 2 here 4. Then you can multiply hydrogen with 2. You can multiply hydrogen with 2. Then what will happen? See, 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4. 2 hydrogens, sorry, 2 oxygens, 2 oxygens. 2 oxygens and 2 oxygens. So now both sides. So after multiplying, so hydrogens are 4, product side 4. So hydrogens reactant side 4, product side 4. Oxygens reactant side 2, product side 2. So now before multiplying, before balancing, hydrogens are 2 2, oxygens are 2 1. After balancing, 4 hydrogens reactant side, 4 hydrogens product side, 2 oxygens reactant side, 2 oxygens product side. So equal number. So 4 hydrogens, 4 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, 2 oxygens. In this way, we can balance the chemical equation. Then last one, make the equation more informative. If it is possible, make the information more possible. That is 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. So hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas, water is a liquid. Water is a liquid. In this way, we can balance the chemical equation. We can balance the chemical equation. So 4, 2 2s are 4, plus 12, 32, 36. 36, this is 18, 8 to 36. So both side also form. So like this, by using, by following some method, following the steps, rules, we can balance the chemical equation. So you need to practice more examples. See in your textbook, right? Practice more examples. Practice more and more examples, then it become very very easy. So uh, let us discuss one more example for balancing chemical equation. With let us discuss one more example. Write a balanced equation for the following methane burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Next one is methane 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 burns in the oxygen. Methane burns in the oxygen to produce to produce carbon dioxide and water. Methane burns in oxygen to form or to produce carbon dioxide and water. This is the reaction. This is the reaction. So balance this, write the equation for this reaction and balance it. So as usually, first of all, write the OD equation. Step 1. Methane formula methane methane plus oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide plus water. Step 1, word equation we can write. Then step 2, methane formula CH4, oxygen formula O2, it gives carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide plus water. Then step 3, count the atoms. First of all, let us write what are the atoms are there here. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So let us count number of carbons reactant side. Only one carbon. Product side, one carbon. Hydrogens, 4. Hydrogens reactant side, 2. Oxygens reactant side, 2. Product side, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 1, 3. See, in reactant side, carbons are same, hydrogens and oxygens are not same. So, balance it. So, here carbon 1, hydrogen 4, oxygen 2. Here carbon 1, hydrogen 2, oxygen 3. Then step 4. Next, what you have to do? Multiply the formula. Multiply the formula with the lowest possible number. The lowest possible number. So, carbon, carbon, same, no problem. So, let's balance hydrogen. Let's balance the hydrogen. While balancing the equation, so one after one after one after one, we have to balance it, right? So balance the hydrogen. Reactant side 4, product side 2 only, 2 less. So when we multiply hydrogen in react product side, what will happen? For example, we can write 2 here, can write 2 here. So now count. Hydrogens 4, 2 2s are 4, so no problem. So after multiplying carbon 1 1, hydrogen 4, here 2 into 2 we get 4, then oxygen 2, here 3. So after writing step 4, CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. CO2 plus 2H2O. So let us count again here. Um, carbon 1, carbon 1, hydrogen 4, hydrogen 4, 2 2s are 4, 4 hydrogens. Then oxygen, see, after multiplying with 2, oxygen here 2, oxygen here 2, here 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. So after multiplying with 2, oxygen become 4, but reactant side oxygens are only 2. Oxygens are only 2. So when we multiply oxygen with 2 in the reactant side, then what will happen? You can write 2. After multiplying with 2. After multiplying with 2, then see what happened. Carbon, carbon 1, 4 hydrogens, 4 hydrogens. Now 2 2 ja 4 oxygens, 2 plus 2, 4 oxygens. Now this is the balanced chemical equation. This is a balanced chemical equation. So both side, carbon 1, oxygens 4, hydrogens 4. Then make the equation more informative. Make the equation more informative. CH4, CH4, it is a gas. Then 2O2, oxygen also gas. Then carbon dioxide, gas, represent the arrow mark. Then 2H2O, liquid. 2H2O liquid. This is a balanced chemical equation. This is balanced chemical equation. So, in this reaction, heat also produced. In this reaction, heat also produced. Because methane is a fuel, acts as a fuel, so gas. So when burn in it, so it produces the heat energy. This is one more example how we balance the chemical equation. By practicing more and more examples, you will write a balanced chemical equation very quickly. Practice, 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 right? Follow the rules, follow the rules, right? So multiplying the symbol of formula with the lowest possible number means the coefficients of formula or the element or the atom must be in the lowest whole number only. We should not write like more numbers. For example, just for example, 40 molecules of CH4 or uh, 20 oxygen molecules gives rise to then 10 carbon dioxide plus 20 H2O like this. We should not write the more big whole number, should write with the smallest whole number only. So if it is there, the coefficients of formula are able to divide with the lowest possible number, we have to divide. So multiply with divide with 2 అనుకోండి, divide with 2 and then 2 2s are 20, again 10, 5, then 4, right? Then with 4, 5, 2, 1. So it should not write like this, should not write like this. So must be lowest possible number undali, coefficient. Coefficient. If it is divide with 10 directly, 10 directly. Sorry, for example, here 10 అనుకోండి, 10. 2 5s are 2 10s are, then 2 5s are, then 2 10s are again. So 5 divide with 5 again, 5s, 10 and 2s, then 1, then again 2. So must be lowest whole number undali, maximum number unde. Then if it is possible, if it is possible, divide the coefficient with the whole number and make them lowest possible whole number. That's all. Okay, not in the big number like 40, 60, 80, not like that. Then it should be maximum 10, maximum 10. So 10, 8 to 4 like that. So here for example 4CH4 2O2 or 4CH4 then 8O2 then again 4, then again 4, like that should be. So if all are the same numbers, then we can divide with the smallest whole number, right? We'll get the suitable balanced chemical equation. So practice more and more chemical reactions, write uh, their balanced chemical equations. So by practicing only it is possible. Otherwise, a simple one also unable to write. So should we keep the rules in mind accordingly? Write all those uh, follow those all steps and try to write a balanced chemical equation. This is about chemical equation. Try to practice more and more